They won't see you coming. They won't notice the early mornings when the world is still asleep and your grind has already begun, fueled by nothing but a whisper in your soul that says, you have to. They won't know how many times you silenced. Your phone declined the invites, missed the distractions. They won't witness the battles you fought when no one was looking. The nights you stared at the ceiling with thoughts louder than traffic, wondering if you were built for this, if this road would lead to anywhere worth reaching. They won't hear the doubt in your mind when you kept going anyway, because you learned early that not everything needs to be shared, that some of the greatest progress is quiet, slow, and sacred. It doesn't crave the spotlight, it craves completion. It doesn't need validation, it needs victory. You stay low not because you're weak, but because you are focused. And focus requires silence, it demands isolation, it thrives in obscurity. While others are shouting for attention, broadcasting every little move for likes and approval, you are buried deep in your purpose. You're learning, growing, stacking skills, building endurance. You're becoming something they won't recognize, until it's too late to copy. Understand that a masterpiece takes time, and those who interrupt the process to display half-finished work end up known not for excellence, but for noise. You, on the other hand, are choosing to disappear so you can return as someone they've never met, someone they never expected. Your hunger is not for applause, it's for transformation. You're chasing something so sacred that it can't be explained in words or shown in pictures. It's not for social media, it's for your soul. You know that in the stillness, you hear the truth. In the discipline, you discover your strength. You know that real progress is internal long before it's visible. You've understood that silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. It's in the silence where you negotiate with your excuses, battle your demons, and decide again and again that giving up is not an option. They think silence is weakness, but you know it's the most powerful place you can be, because it means you're doing the work. And real work, the kind that changes lives, legacies, and generations, is rarely loud. You stay low because you respect the grind. You stay low because you understand that growth doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in the shadows, in the hidden hours where no one is cheering, when no one sees the tears, when no one hears the affirmations you whisper to yourself just to get through the day. You're not avoiding the world, you're sharpening yourself so you can face it stronger. Every rep in the gym, every book you read, every idea you draft, every failure you endure in private is a brick. And brick by brick, you are building a fortress. They'll see it when it's done, but by then, it won't matter what they think. Because it was never about them. It was always about proving it to yourself, that you were capable, that you had it in you, that you could rewrite your story without needing a author, that your pain had purpose, that your delays weren't denials, just detours meant to toughen your character, that you didn't need motivation, you needed discipline, and now you have it. You are not moved by hype. You are not distracted by trends. You don't need the world to believe in you, because you believe in yourself. The silent grind isn't glamorous. It's not supposed to be. It's not dressed in luxury or dripping in inspiration. It's rugged, lonely, raw. But it's real, and it works. Because it's built on truth. You know who you are when no one is watching, and that person is relentless. That person is obsessed. That person refuses to quit. You're not waiting for the perfect timing, the perfect conditions, or the perfect opportunity. You're creating them quietly, one step at a time. One breath at a time, one day at a time. You're mastering the art of being underestimated, of showing up when no one expects you, of delivering results without promises. You are what consistency looks like, what patience produces, what discipline creates, and the best part, you don't need to say a word, because when it's done, it will speak for itself. Until then, stay low, stay focused, stay unshakable. They still don't see you, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Because silence isn't just your shield, it's your strategy. You've already tasted the hunger, lived through the nights when even the moon looked away, when your own reflection questioned your sanity. You're deep into the grind now, not for validation, but because you've fallen in love with the process. You understand what most people never will. Success is earned in the invisible hours, in the unseen effort, in the quiet sacrifices made when the rest of the world sleeps. You're not in a rush, because you know haste ruins mastery. You're building something that will last off and that will echo long after the noise fades. And for that, silence is sacred. The noise out there, it's louder than ever. Everyone's screaming their highlights, flexing filtered wins, showcasing curated success, but you know better. You know the loudest in the room is rarely the strongest. Real strength is silent. It's built in reps no one counts, in late night journaling, in reading when your eyes blur, in doing the reps, the drafts, the edits until your work bleeds excellence. You don't need a camera in your face, you need your eyes on the vision. You don't need an audience, you need alignment with your purpose, your future, your truth. You've outgrown the need to explain. You've evolved beyond the craving to impress. This chapter of your life isn't about performance. It's about progress. You've stopped sharing the plan because the plan isn't up for debate. You're not waiting for anyone to agree. You've buried the old version of you, the one that needed approval, the one that second-guessed every move, the one that mistook noise for movement. That version is gone. What remains is a warrior in solitude, walking through the storm not because they enjoy it, but because they understand what's on the other side. You've tasted disappointment, loss, failure, but none of it broke you. It forged you. The fire didn't burn you down, it burned away your weakness. What's left is pure, purposeful, precise, and powerful. While others burn out seeking validation, you burn brighter by staying disciplined. You've learned that real confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to announce itself. It walks into a room and changes the temperature. It delivers results without seeking recognition. It carries battles, in its bones, and victories in its silence. You don't flash your grind, you guard it. You don't showcase your work, you sharpen it. You're not in competition with anyone but the version of you from yesterday, and every single day you're closing that gap. Quietly, steadily, without applause. The silent grind is brutal, but it's also beautiful, because in that space where nobody claps and nobody checks in, you become the kind of person no one saw coming. You become skilled, you become resilient, you become undeniable. That's what silence does. It breeds strength, it amplifies hunger, it creates mastery. You don't talk about your next move, because your next move is being built in real time, and when it drops, it won't need an announcement. It'll be undeniable. You're doing the things others aren't willing to do. You're waking up earlier, staying up later, cutting distractions, saying no to what's easy so you can say yes to what's necessary. You're choosing discomfort now so you can live in excellence later. You've embraced the fact that growth is lonely, that becoming is a solitary road. And yet, you keep walking it, because the dream matters more than the discomfort. The goal matters more than the praise. You're not just grinding, you're growing, you're evolving, you're ascending. And as you rise, so does your standard. What used to be acceptable is now laughable. What once seemed like effort now looks like excuses. You've built a new level, and now that you're here, you're building the next one. No need to rush, no need to prove. Just build, quietly, powerfully, consistently. And when the time comes, when the work is done and the foundation is set, the world will look around and wonder where you came from. But you'll know you never left. You were just working in silence, turning your vision into reality, brick by brick, second by second, day by day. So keep going, keep building, keep choosing the silence. Because when it's done, when your time arrives, it won't just be a success story, it'll be a statement, a declaration, a monument to the power of staying low, grinding hard, and rising above.